Year 2, it's Miss Dullum. I hope you've had a lovely Christmas and a Happy New Year. So today is going to be our first maths lesson for term 3, and we are going to be looking at the beginning of this term at multiplication. Our first lesson, we are going to be recognising equal groups. So the first thing I'd like you to do is I'd like you to open up your yellow catch-up book, and I would like you to write in today's date, which is Wednesday the 6th of January 2021, and I'd like you to write in your skill, which is recognise equal groups, and that's just in the top corner of this PowerPoint. So if you'd like to pause it and then unpause it once you've written it in your book, that'd be brilliant. Okay, so first of all then we are going to recap our counting patterns. So the first thing I'd like you to do is I'd like you to count with me in tens forwards to 100. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Okay, well done. Now we are going to make it slightly more tricky now, and we are going to count back in tens back from 100. So 100, 90, 80, 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10 and 0. Okay, well done. Last one then. We are going to count in twos forwards and backwards from 20. So let's count in twos forwards to 20 first then. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Now it's going to get really tricky now. So think really carefully about your multiples of twos, and we're going to count backwards from 20 in twos to 0. Okay, so 20, 18, 16, 14, 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, 0. Well done, give yourself a pat on the back. Okay, so let's get started then. We are going to be learning about equal groups. So I just want you to have a little think about what the word equal actually means. So have a little think. You might want to pause the video and just have a little think back to some of our maths learning that we did last term, and have a think about our discussions about this word. Where might we use the word equal when we are adding? When might we use the word equal if we're subtracting? When we compare numbers, how would we use the word equal? And that might give you some clues as to what it means. Okay, so equal means the same. So for example, when we're comparing a number, if we had 15 and 15, we wouldn't use the greater or the less sign, we would use the equal sign because they are the same number. So this might include equal numbers in that example I've just given you, or it might be so equal numbers that have the same value, or it might be equal groups which have the same number in each group. So unequal then means different. Okay, so unequal, you might have 11 and 12, they are not the same number. Okay, unequal groups can have different numbers in each group. So you might have 15 in one group and 20 in another group, and those groups will not be the same, they are unequal. So below then, there are 5 sweets in each group. And just have a little think, how many groups are there? Okay, so there are 2 groups. And these groups are equal because there is 5 groups in 5 sweets in the first group, and there are 5 sweets in the second group. So these groups have the same number of sweets in. If the number in each group was not the same, so we had 4 sweets in the first group and 5 sweets in the second group, then that group would be unequal. Okay, so I want you to stand up if you think the groups are equal, and put your hands on your head if you think the groups are unequal. So what do you think? Have a little look then. These plates have cupcakes on, and I want you to think, is there the same number of cupcakes on every plate, or are there plates with different numbers of cupcakes on? So on the first plate we have 4 cupcakes, on the second plate we have 5 cupcakes, on the third plate we have 5 cupcakes, and then on the last plate we have 4, so we've got some with 5 and some with 4. So stand up if you think the groups are equal, and put your hands on your head if you think the groups are unequal. Okay, yeah, you're right, it was unequal, so there are a different number of cakes on the plates. Let's have a look at this example then. So this time we have biscuits on the plate, and I want you to have a little think, are the groups equal, which means they have the same number on each plate, or are they unequal, which means they have a different number of biscuits on each plate? That's right, they are unequal. On the first plate we have 3 biscuits, and then on the last 3 plates we only have 2 biscuits, so there is not the same number on every plate there. Okay, let's have a look at this example then. So we have to look really closely on this one because some of them are overlapping and they're all in different places. And these plates, there are 4 groups. There are 4 plates like the other examples. And how many biscuits are there on each plate? So have a count, have a think if they're equal or unequal. Okay, well done. Well done those of you that stood up. They are equal. There are 4 cookies on the first plate, 4 on the second, 4 on the third, and 4 on the last plate there. Okay, so have a look at the STEM sentence then and complete the missing numbers. So there are something equal groups with something in each group. So have a look at this example then. There are apples in groups, and I want you to think first of all, are they equal groups? They are, well done. So our STEM sentence says there are something equal groups. How many groups are there? So we can count the green circles. There is 1, 2, 3, 4 equal groups. And then how many apples is in each group? So have a count of each green circle. How many apples are in there? That's right, well done. There are 3 apples in each group. So have a think then, what numbers would go in our STEM sentence? So there are something equal groups with something in each group. And I would like you to pause the video and I would like you to write this STEM sentence into your book with the missing numbers and then unpause it when you have written your missing numbers into your STEM sentence. Okay, so let's check your answer then. So I have got there are 4 equal groups because there are 4 circles with 3 in each group because each of the 4 circles have 3 apples within each circle. Okay, so I want you just to have a think of a few questions now. So why are the groups equal? Pause the video and just have a little think. How do you know, how would you explain to me that they are equal groups? Okay. Well done. So they are equal groups because there is the same number of apples in every single circle. And what would an unequal group look like? So could you give me an example of how many apples would be in one of the circles if it was unequal? So for example, you might have 4 in the first and then 3 in all of the others. And why would that be unequal? Okay. So I want you to now think then, looking at our STEM sentence, what does the 4 represent? I want you to have a little think. Pause the video if you need longer time to think. Okay, that's right. So the 4 represents the number of groups that we have in our picture. And then what does the 3 represent? Have a little think. Okay, that's right. Well done. There are 3 apples in each of the groups. Okay, so now then you have to use your counting skills and I want you to have a think, how many apples are there in total? So let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. So there are 12 apples in total. Okay, so the next one then, Russell has got 3 images. So he has grouped lots of different items. So there's strawberries in the first one, emeralds in the second one, and some toast in the last one. And he has said, his STEM sentence says, there are 2 equal groups with 6 in each group. So I want you to have a think, which image is he referring to? Which image is he describing with there being 2 equal groups with 6 in each group? So pause the video and then unpause it when you think you know the answer. Okay, so which one do you think then? You might be right. So there is the last one there, 2 equal groups. There are 2 equal groups of the toast and there is 6 pieces of toast in each group. Now, the middle one might be a little bit confusing because there are also 2 groups of emeralds. But the reason that this is not the image that Russell is describing is because in the second group there are only 5 emeralds. There are not the same number of emeralds in both groups. Okay, and then the top group then, there are 6 strawberries in each of those groups, but there are 3 equal groups, not 2. So that is the reason that Russell is not describing the top one, which means he is describing the bottom one. Well done if you got that right. Okay, so how could we make then, knowing that that middle one isn't an equal group, how could we make that an equal group? What could we do? Have a little think. Well done, we could actually add another emerald in. So we could turn that 5 into a 6. So we could draw another emerald in. Okay, So I now want you to think then, which statement matches the image of the groups below? So we have a picture of some flowers and they are being put into groups, and I'm going to read the statements to you, and I want you to hold up your finger, show me which one you think it is. So the first one then, if you think it's number 1, you hold your one finger up. So there are 5 equal groups of 5, there are 25 flowers altogether. The second one then, there are 4 equal groups of 5. There are 20 flowers altogether. The third one, there are 5 equal groups of 4. There are 20 flowers altogether. Or will it be the fourth sentence that describes this image? There are 4 equal groups of 5. There are 25 flowers altogether. So you need to do a couple of things now then. You need to look at how many groups you have, and you need to have a little look at how many flowers are in each group. So let's have a look first of all then at the equal groups. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 equal groups. We have 4 green squares, and we have 5 flowers in each of those. So the right answer we think could be there are 4 equal groups of 5, there are 20 flowers altogether, or there are 4 equal groups of 5, there are 25 flowers altogether. So it could be either of those two, because they both have 4 equal groups and they both say there are 5 flowers. But how many flowers are there altogether? So just take a minute to pause the video and unpause it when you counted all of the flowers altogether. Well done, there are 20 flowers all together. So that means that the second one would be right, the second stem sentence, which is there are 4 equal groups of 5, there are 20 flowers altogether. Well done. Okay, so your task today then, you are going to have a few activities to complete on a worksheet, and you can either print this out and complete it on there, or you might want to just have a look at the questions and then write the answer into your catch-up book. So you are going to need to read the questions carefully, and there will be lots of activities looking at recognising equal groups. So that will be your task today. And you need to count the number of groups and the number within each group really carefully today, because some of the questions might be quite tricky and catch you out. So remember, equal means the same and unequal means different, and that will really help you when you're completing this activity. Okay. That worksheet will be on the website, and it's under recognising equal groups for today. That will help you. Okay, so you can either pause the video and you can complete that, and then once you've completed that worksheet and that activity, you can unpause it, and then we are going to go through our final thought for today. So, Year 2 are having a relay race on the school field. The teacher sets up 6 hoops and needs equal groups of balls, cones and battens. Some items are still in the bags. The bags are in each hoop, and some of the items haven't been put out yet and are still in that bag. And I want you to explore the different combination of balls, cones and battens that could be in each bag, so that each hoop is equal. They have the equal number of battens, balls and cones in each hoop. So it might help you if you draw out these hoops that are on the screen now, and then you might be able to draw in the ones that they are missing. So for example, in A there are 2 cones, and in B there is only 1, in C there's 1 cone, in D there's 2 cones, in E there's 2 cones, and in F there's only 1. So have a think then, how could we get B, C and F to have the same number of cones as A, D and E? That's right, we could draw 1 more cone, and I'd like you to do that so that they are all equal. Okay, when you've done that, thank you very much. You've been a superstar today, and I hope you have a lovely day. Bye!